Welcome to Pass The Aux.
Hey, can you pass the aux?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the last
Welcome.
episode 8. I almost said
Let's
like
go.
7, but that's an 8. Episode 8 of Pass The Aux.
Let's
So
go.
glad you stuck it out with us for these past 8 episodes. Hope you've been enjoying it. We've been enjoying it.
We surely have.
It's been really fun.
Been
This
really
week, we got a banger of an episode. We got our homie. Ready? Aaron.
Hey, bro. Like,
I hope there's a lot more. But we got our homie Aaron.
hey,
For those of you that don't know, he is also known as Aaron Isaiah on Spotify and Apple Music and SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. There's a little plug. If you want SoundCloud, my old name is on SoundCloud. If you find it, kudos. There's probably like a handful of you guys who know what that is, and then the rest of the universe has to find out. But
I'm not gonna say it though.
good.
find it.
But yeah. So they're gonna find it out and they're gonna post the link, and then it'll go crazy. But yeah, major platforms, we're on it.
April
Yeah, we're
Shine
on it.
Greatness.
Yeah, you know what that is.
Damn.
Just look at me, I'm living proof of all of that. I'm doing humble just like Candy does. Ayy.
All right.
That's different, bro. That's different.
different.
Respect.
Yeah, but for those of you that don't know, Aaron, who was probably your youth leader at some point, not at some point, he was recently prayed out of the ministry and all that stuff, but he was your youth leader. You saw him on stage, you saw him on a platform. He probably ministered to you. He ministered to me. Love this man. But for those of you that don't know, this man is also a rapper.
This is true.
This is true?
This is factual. This is not fake news. This is
this canon?
factual. Yeah.
It's canon?
Yes, very much so.
There. All right, and then so we're glad to have you here on Pass The Aux.
I'm happy to be here, bro. I'm excited.
Such a blessing. For those of you who are tuning in for the 8th episode, because you just found out that Aaron's giving me the episode and you're just watching it now. Pass The Aux, we listen to music and we give our input. We just love to really listen to music and really break down how we feel about it. And if it's a good song, we'll recommend it to you. So before we get in, Aaron, I just if you just want to share a couple of fun, interesting things other than the fact that you're a rapper, just about yourself, introduce yourself to them. For those of you that don't know you.
Definitely. Well, I think it's really important that people know that I am a hardcore pickleball enthusiast.
Ooh.
I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
I really do. Yes, a great enthusiast. Actually trying to become a rep for the sport.
Ooh.
Actually, so
I played a match with him. Homie carried, but we popped off.
yeah, we're looking for sponsors. So plug real quick. If you guys are looking, if any of you sponsors are looking for a tremendous athlete and figure, you might find one right over here. So I'm just saying.
I just like pickles.
That we might be on 2 separate pages, brother. I think we're on 2 separate pages.
And I was like,
Don't worry.
Not a fried pickle.
No. That's not the wave, bro. We'll go out and we'll play some pickleball one of these days. We'll find a court. I'll show you the ropes.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, it is really fun. But on another real note, I have definitely served in this particular youth ministry. My wife and I, Ange, we just had stepped out of the ministry after serving, I believe, 7 years or so, together in the ministry. And it was this past 7 years have been nothing but life transforming, if I to say the least. Yeah, it was an awesome privilege to be able to serve and really just to grow. Again, 7 years, that's a good chunk of personally in my life.
Yeah.
And I can tell you every single moment was worth it. And it's just a privilege to be involved and to be used by God in such an amazing way and to receive, in another way. So yeah, definitely has been a blessing. And I'm excited to be come around full circle and be back here with y'all. So I appreciate it.
It's a blessing to have you.
Definitely.
And now that we have you, and we just we want to go a lot more in depth into your heart behind rapping, because I've known you since the longest time, since we were back in high school.
Definitely, we go way back, brother. We go way back.
Way back into shout out Treasure Island, bro. I remember
For
those
real, yo.
and with the vest, bro.
Hey, that's one of the other things that's probably gonna get exposed somewhere on the internet. They're gonna peep the pictures of the vest
Ooh.
and the fedora.
Vest
If you
and the
know, you know, bro. You know. And
That
if you
is a
don't, you probably will one day.
Like duo,
Yeah.
unmatched.
We were trendsetting back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like
Bro.
we were definitely trendsetting way back when.
Dripping.
Classic fits right there.
But yeah, I've known Aaron for a long time, and I really just want to ask you, like, you know, what's your heart behind, you know, this whole entire rapping thing? Like, what do you want to do, like, as a rapper? You know, there's a lot of people, like, you know, oh, I'm just rapping for clout, or oh, I'm just, you know, gonna rap to get my name out there and, you know, to make all that money and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we really want to get, like, you know, your insight on, like, because you 100% hear from the Lord, right? And you only go based off His instruction, and you know, you won't want to go past, like, you know, what the Lord doesn't have for you, you know. So we just want to hear, like, what's your heart behind rapping and all of that stuff.
Definitely, most definitely. So I think I'll, you know, start off by saying, you know, with the whole idea of music and rapping and yeah, just being a creator. For me, one of the things that I know, just in my own life, that you know, the Lord has really called me to is just to be a communicator.
Right.
As a sole purpose, just communicating to people and to you know, really get across you know, certain ideas and messages and really spiritual principles.
Right.
It's a big calling on my life, and I, you know, this is just one of the avenues or one of the ways that I've been able to be used by the Lord is to communicate, and this is one of those ways. Because again, like I said, I've been used in this ministry before. You know, I've spoken, preached, you know, messages, you know, had one-on-one conversations, and now this is just another, you know, avenue to do that, is to really just communicate. And yeah, the heart behind the music really is to just speak life.
Yeah.
I think in this, especially in this day and age, in this, you know, in today's, you know, in our modern day, there's a lot of death and a lot of negativity and a lot of darkness that's being spoken and being brought to you know, brought to us. You know what I mean? It's just being delivered to us on a daily basis. It's everywhere. And I think we need to combat that with life, and we need to be cognizant and be really aware of the things that we say. You know, because the word says life and death are in the power of the tongue. You know what I mean? And so when we speak, when we use our tongue, it's life or death. And I think sometimes we forget it's one or the other. It's either life or it's death. You know what I mean? The word doesn't say that life or death or this. It just gives us two options, and I think there's too much of it. There's too much death being spoken today, and we need to combat that with life. And so that's really the heart behind the music, to speak life, to speak the word, communicate spiritual principles, and to bring understanding for people who just don't understand. You know, so I think that's a big part of the heart, and, you know, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, y'all heard it here first. Man of God, 100%. He's 100% for the Lord. This isn't, you know, for his own personal gain, but really just to really go after what the God has for him, you know. And so 100% listen to our man, the boy. He's on Spotify, on Apple Music, on
Big
SoundCloud
love.
if you can find it. But
Big love.
Aaron Isaiah, show some love.
Most definitely.
And we actually want to get into it right now. We're gonna listen to it, but first, we want to talk about your, you know, your debut single. That's what it's called, right? Debut single.
Yeah, you can go with that. Yeah, that's tight.
Hey,
I like that.
Right, let's go.
That's kind of tight when somebody say it like that.
But, you know, like your first single that you dropped on Spotify and on Apple Music, huge, you know. But we kind of just want to break down, like, really, like, the song, you know, by lyrics, but we also want to break down the name of it. So,
Most
for those of you that
definitely.
don't know, the song is called 7 Big Macs. If you haven't listened to it already, go listen to it right now. Well, after the video, but, like, go listen and stream that mug. But let's just, like, break it down. Like, first off, why 7 Big Macs, bro?
Why 7 Big Macs? That's a good question.
Like, bro, you, like, look at you. You don't even, like, I don't think you, like, put down 7 Big Macs, bro. like, bro, you put that, like,
No.
I feel like you put away, like, a McDouble.
I believe that. I believe that's facts. Yeah, probably not 7. I could put away probably like, let's see, if it was just the Big Mac, probably like
Big Mac?
probably like 3.5. If I want to be genuine,
3.5?
probably like 3.5. I could put away 3.5.
Like, you're gonna, like, eat by half, as in, like, half the burger, or, like, you're just gonna, like, take off the top half of the Big Mac?
No, just half the burger, the whole thing. I don't do the whole protein style thing.
Right.
Nah, I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand the purposes, but nah. Nah, I'm gonna just take the whole half, meat and bun.
Bro, what you doing as for
Give
a
me
protein salad at
everything.
McDonald's?
What happened?
I was like, I was about to say, like, what are you doing as for a protein salad at McDonald's?
They don't believe in that either.
Imagine.
Never. Can't do that. Yeah, but probably 3.5. But as for the song 7 Big Macs, the title really just came from. It's funny. A lot of the times, this is a fun fact. A lot of the times when I like put titles to songs, they don't really come like. They don't really get settled or come to fruition probably till like the very last part of the process. Like I go through the writing and the producing and the mixing. It's probably like the last stage, like where the title gets finalized. You know what I mean? It just happened right at the end.
Word.
And yeah, so for me, 7 Big Macs really was like it was a sticker. It was like the punch on a song after have writing. So if you listen to the lyrics in the song, the title comes from basically the message in it. If you take the time to listen to it. So
Right.
yeah.
Hey, that's fire.
Yeah, so probably once you get into the lyrics, I'll break it down a little bit more for you guys, but yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start. We're gonna listen to the music, and we're just gonna do a little listen through. Yeah, let's do it.
Do it.
Wait, hold on, real quick. You produced this too, right?
I did. I did produce the entire track. Yep. Yeah.
Was it an actual trumpet? I just want to the question.
It was an actual trumpet.
Yeah.
It was an actual trumpet. I didn't necessarily play it, but it's an actual it's an actual trumpet. Yeah. It's an actual trumpet. Yeah.
I like that.
Fun fact, I actually played trumpet when I was in high school. I played trumpet.
Dang.
Shout out to all my I was alright, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like, you know what I mean? I wasn't like top tier or anything, but I was pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know, I was pretty nice. Shout out to all my jazz band homies, you know, band homies, you know. It is what it is.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta love the trumpet.
With another banger though. Roots of my labor, I reap that. Seed in the soil, I keep that. 105 BPM, yeah, I beat that. Got a ring and I ain't gon' repeat that. Pray that these youngins quit talking so silly. This ain't any try, cause it ain't no big dilly. Fresh in the prince, but I isn't from Philly. I'm hungry, and 7 Big Macs ain't gon' fill me. Child of the most high, yeah, I done been at. Truth never left, baby, this is not a comeback. Take away your breath, got your ass where your lungs at. Poison to the heart, got your ass where the fun at. Pain in the soul, we just learn how to love that. But who finna teach us how to live right and butt at? Psalms hook it up, gotta know where to plug at. Bad company, got your ass where the rug at. Come on, I'm in them summer, I got hit in the waves.
Okay, wait, hold on. Did you say
Yeah.
Bad Company? Gotta ask where the rug at?
Bad company got you asking where the rug at.
Right.
Yeah.
What that mean?
So when it's kind of like the idea behind you know how they say someone can pull the rug out from under you. You know what I mean? Like when it's kind of like when you get screwed over.
Right,
When someone pulls the rug out from under you, it means they screwed you over.
Right.
So the line is bad company got you asking where the rug at. So it means when you're surrounded by bad company, you ask yourself where's the rug because they pulled it out from under you.
Dang.
You know what I mean? So it's just that's just that idea that, you know what I mean? You got to be cognizant of who's around you, who's in your circle, who's like actually speaking into your life. So if you're around bad company, don't be surprised if you're asking where the rug at. So
Dang, bro.
that's that, you know?
That was hard.
Yeah.
I'm glad you because like every single time it's like I'd be like
That line flies under the radar a lot too. That line definitely, that bar flies under the radar. So kudos, bro. Kudos for catching that. Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean like why you asking where the rug's at, bro? I was like, bro, that's you, bro.
I do this thing easy, but I ain't finna pay. I swear that he the devil, but his name is a cray. And capitalism got
What
it.
about that part?
What happened? Which part?
I swear that he the devil.
Yes. Everybody loved that line.
Every single time that I hear like
This one's it. Whether it's like good, bad, or ugly, this one always gets the pause. You know what I mean? Everybody pause on this one. Okay.
hey yo, bro.
So the line was they swear that he the devil, but his name is Lecrae. So the idea is, if you guys don't know who Lecrae is, he's the biggest dog when it comes to the Christian hip hop industry.
Church clothes 4.
Yeah, shout out to Lecrae.
Those 2.
He's really the biggest trailblazer when it comes to just Christian hip hop music. You know, and he paved the way for a lot of artists and just created a real big space for a lot of believers to make music in a specific type of area, and he really trailblazed that. And so the idea behind that is because he's one of the biggest names and biggest faces. you know, in Christian hip hop, he's also considered. There's a lot of controversy. You always hear a lot of things about him, this, that, or the other. You know, there's just a lot of talk around his name, and there are just some people. It just is what it is. But there are some people who swear that this man is sent from the devil himself. People say that this, that, or the other. They think he's on a mission from Lucy, and he is like he was sent from the devil. Like, I don't get it, but it's not true. Like this, And so their line is, they swear that he the devil, but I'm just clarifying. No, his name is Lecrae, and he's a man of God, and he, you know what I mean, he's
the Lord's anointed.
Exactly, exactly, and you know, the word says you'll know them, and you'll know them by their fruit. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's an undeniable spiritual principle. And when you see the thing, I'm not saying the man's perfect, but you know, to set that example, it's you know, kind of just to say, you know, a lot of people, you know, will speak on someone of high esteem, someone who has a big platform. People will, you know, oh, there's always going to be, you know, haters, naysayers, people like that. But the Lord has anointed people. And for me, that was just one of the things where I'm just getting behind that idea that, hey, this is a man of God, and who's paved the way and is being used with God's hand on him. And I'm just clarifying that, no, he's not the devil. His name is Lecrae, and he's a man of God. So that's just the idea behind that. Yeah. So, and it's written in such a way that it'll get you to kind of think about that. Because again, that's one of the lines that everybody, no matter what happens, people stop the song and they be like, hey, yo, like, excuse me, like no matter what it is, bro, like people will stop the track, like, and they'll start allegations, bro. No, yeah, for real. And again, like it's just a little way to stir up the pot, you know what I mean? Because and you gotta do that. You gotta be able to you know, communicate and get, and that's what I wanted to do with music. I always wanted to do things and say things and create things that get people to pay attention, you know, and get people to stop and say like, okay, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to invoke, you know, thought process, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, y'all heard it here first. The devil is not Lecrae. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Capitalism got these jokers going insane. Man, I was running with a gang that I met a little queen who was down for a covenant. Let me get a amen. One heart, one mind, one flesh, one life, one of a kind. No, that's but this is a 2-player game.
Okay, this isn't asking what it means, but like I know what it means. But like, bro, I just want to say like, one, congratulations, but two, like, I love y'all's and Angela's relationship. For those of you that don't know, him and his wife,
big love,
Angelica. Ooh, love them. They're like my.
I love you, babe.
For real.
Andrew, to love
one
my
of my
life.
favorites, bro. Love them so much. That's all I gotta say. One flesh, amen, bro.
Find you a little queen who's down for a covenant. God gonna bless that. That's it. That's it.
Marriage, one flesh. Remember that.
To my labor, I reap that. Seed in the soil, I keep that. 105 BPM, yeah, I beat that. Got a ring and an ankle, repeat that. Pray that these youngins quit talking so silly. This ain't any tribe, cause it ain't no big dilly. Fresh in the prince,
Shout out Indie Tribe, for real.
Shout out Indie Tribe, for real. One time for Indie Tribe.
They just worry about the method, they don't understand the section. What I mean to be neglected, what I mean to have perspective. Land of the free, but humanity's so separate. To keep an eye in the drawing, cause the time get desperate. Pushing parents first time authority get tested. Or the lack of a father, somehow we see it at a blessing.
Bro, do you breathe?
Sometimes.
I'm like that right now.
If we undress them, looking nemesis in the iron pussy that you're blessed. I'm on the globe and in my backyard. I am a vessel, wise up and understand if the with God is essential. We on for the offset, got armor on my chest and Israel poppin'. From NY to Stockton, there's plenty of options and plenty of talking. How to opt out for company who plan that you're watching. Fruits of my labor, I reap that. Seed in the soil, I keep that. 105 BPM, yeah, I beat that. Got a ring and an ankle, repeat that. Pray that these youngins quit talking so silly. This ain't any tribe, cause it ain't no big dilly. Fresh in the prince, but I isn't from Philly. I'm hungry, and 7 Big Macs ain't gon' fill me. I got check.
Okay, before I keep hitting my head on this mic right here, I'll be wilding out.
Bro, heading.
I'm trying to keep it composed over here.
But for like, before we go into like the bars in there, which are also fire, what inspired the beats? Was just like, you know, just like a nice little switch up.
So for me, I love music that and soundscapes and sonics that evolve. Like for me personally, I love that. So like when I hear a track or whatever that's going in one direction but can make like this subtle switch or some kind of thing that switches the direction or takes you to another space,
Right.
like in the same song. For me, I've always been, I've always gravitated toward that. I've always found a liking to that.
Yeah.
And just personally, I like that, you know what I mean? So,
Facts.
and for me personally, I always love to use that as an avenue to specifically, go into like another point of communication, like when a beat switches or like the song kind of switches up. Like I feel like that's a potent moment where you can bring like a strong idea,
Right.
or you can say something.
their
Yeah,
attention, you know?
exactly.
Yeah,
It gets your
that's
attention. It catches you and kind of gets you like, hey, yo, what's going on here, real quick?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a perfect moment. You know what I mean? To throw the right hook and just to get in there. So like
Yeah,
that's why I always love.
Well, let's hear that right hook.
Up back, I got check. We here now. On that, know what I say? That's up. I'm the boy who cried wolf, but the wolf is a boy, and the boy got woke.
What you mean by that? I'm the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
And then you go, who's no longer a wolf?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm the boy who cried wolf, but the wolf is a boy, and the boy got woke. He no longer a wolf. So that's just kind of a play on the idea behind the boy who cried wolf. So
right.
like the boy who cried wolf, we know that is like the boy, who cried wolf in a sense that like he said, hey, there's a wolf coming, and then he did it so many times
Right.
where people didn't believe him anymore.
capper.
Exactly. It's all cap. He's speaking
Real.
cap on the children, can't be doing that, So like, so you know what I mean? When he's in that, when I write it out, I'm the boy who cried wolf, but the wolf is the boy. For me, essentially using that to describe the idea that, hey, I'm the boy who cried wolf, but the wolf is the boy. There are things in my life that like I've struggled with and that I've dealt with, you know what I mean?
Right.
Where when, I cry wolf saying like, hey, there's an issue, hey, there's a problem, you know what I mean, that's going on. Essentially those things are within me, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And essentially saying that, hey, like, the wolf is in me actually.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm the boy who cried wolf. Like, and when I'm crying out, I'm crying about myself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm shouting and I'm saying, hey, there's something coming, and it's actually like in me. And
Yeah.
essentially what I'm referring to is my flesh.
Right.
Yeah.
Because as a human, we all have flesh. You know what I mean? As much as we have a spirit and a soul, we also have this flesh that we deal with. And I'm calling out that flesh. You know what I mean? I'm crying out and saying, hey, like there's the flesh right there. So the boy cried wolf. But the wolf is the boy. It's the same person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
when I'm shouting that out and I'm saying, hey, yo, there's something wrong. Hey, there's an issue. You know what I mean? People might not give too much attention to that because they don't. Not everybody cares. Not everybody. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I know it's an issue and I know it's a problem.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The flesh, and it's something that has to be addressed, and something that, that we have to subdue.
Yeah. Right.
And take under authority. You know what I mean? So that idea. It's kind of that's the kind of the idea behind that. But then the second part saying, but the boy got woke. He no longer a wolf. When we as believers, when we received Jesus, our spirits became alive, and
Right.
essentially that's the idea of saying, hey, now I'm awake. You know what I mean? I was sleeping, but now I'm awake.
Right.
The idea of going
Yeah.
from darkness into light. You know what I mean? I was slept before, but now I'm alive. You know what I mean? And so because of this, I need to remember to put on Jesus. I need to remember to put on my righteousness.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need
Yeah.
to remember who I am. And when I do that, I'm no longer a wolf. And what that means is, that doesn't mean I don't have flesh, but it means I no longer identify as that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The wolf is still there, but I'm not the wolf anymore.
Right.
Like, I'm not him.
Mhm.
I'm not wearing that. I don't
Yeah.
identify with that flesh anymore. And I love it because even the word says we ought not identify each other according to the flesh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that because when, so I think oftentimes we can see each other like that.
Right.
We can, go through life with people and we just look at them like the flesh. We look at them for their issues, for the way that they do that, the way that they say that. And sometimes we forget, hey, if you're a believer, if you're a child of the Most High, I don't see you with fleshly eyes anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
right.
supposed to look at you like that anymore because Jesus said, hey, like,
Right.
if you believe on me and you've received me and you walk according to my word, it's like we ought not look at each other like that. You know what I mean? And
That's
it's
right.
just a personal reminder, even to myself. A lot of the times when I write things to myself. You know what I mean? In the lyrics,
Yeah.
saying that, hey, I'm not that wolf anymore. I'm not the flesh. I don't identify. That's not who I am. Now
Yeah.
I identify with my spirit, man.
Yeah.
Who God has made me alive to be, you know. So that's that concept, that idea of the boy and the wolf kind of thing going on.
Awesome, bro.
That's so good.
That's sick.
That's so good. Dang. Pastor Aaron, bro.
Yo, you know what that is, bro.
I've been, but
Word.
Amen. All right, let's finish.
No longer a wolf, he a part of the flock now. Him and God talk now. Serpent yapping at his ears, now he gotta talk down. Proud up in the sky, man, he had to get his shot down. Anointed in and out the pocket, even in the pop sound. Throwing him a grace with the cane, that's the stomp grounds. Cold facts, homie, we ain't playing with your top, boy.
Let her ride. Just let her ride out.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dang. Whew. Banger of a song. So, on Pass The Aux, what we usually do is we rate, songs, right? And most of the time, when we're talking about songs, we're like, all right, this is the rating, and we're like, the person whose song it is, they're never here. But guess what?
I'm right here, baby boy. I'm right here.
But
he gonna give me the number right now. He gonna say it right now.
I'll let David go first, but
oh no,
yeah, let David go first.
that's dirty, bro. He gonna get time to. He needs time to compose himself, to go through the ideas, to go through the sonics of the music.
Just gotta let it all sink in. But for real, I'll let David go first.
Or
Yeah, bro. Like
ranking.
honestly, overall, bro. Like I think it's a solid 8. Like
Appreciate
for real
it.
though. Like I really like the beat and like the different things you put into it, and I really love that beat switch, bro. That's
Appreciate
the
it.
part
Love
that
that.
really just gets me, But even like your flows switching,
yeah,
dude, I love that.
yeah.
That's why I say this when I say, musically, like solid like 9, like that beat switch, everything, bro, fire.
Dang.
Overall, a banger of a song. Shout out, a 10 out of 10. Shout out to our boy Aaron
Definitely.
Isaiah.
Appreciate the love, bro.
Yeah.
Stream the boy. He's on Apple Music. He's on Spotify. He's on SoundCloud if you find it.
Everything, bro.
And we're not saying this just because they're homie, but like we truly like you heard from me and David, like this is a song
for
that
real,
like,
for real.
like we're not just like listen to my dog SoundCloud because it's my dog. Like no, this is music, bro.
One time for all the dogs, bro. One time for all
one
of
time
the
for the
dogs,
dogs,
bro.
man.
We love you, dogs.
Boy that makes good
Like,
music.
but for real.
The dog that makes good music, even more, like 2 times for the boy that makes it, 2 times.
Love it.
But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is our final episode of season 1 of Pass The Aux. Hope you guys been enjoying
Thank you,
every single
guys.
episode. We really appreciate
been a ride.
it. We ended with a banger of an episode with a banger of a song. Hope to see you guys again. Can't wait for season 2. We love you all. We're out.
Love y'all, family.
Peace.